shit. That's the angle right there.
Yeah, I don't care. I ain't finna shoot.
You want me to? I can raise it up.
I don't care. My toes fucking sexy.
They
And
already.
I got tattoos on my feet. That's my favorite. I feel like dudes already be wanting me because they just do. But when they see them feet tattoos, it do something else to them. They just be like,
What did it do to him?
"Can I see your feet?"
We should have did
Weird.
this sideways. Fuck, why didn't I think of that? Hold on. Lock, rotate device back. No, we're just straight up. I didn't even think about that. That's how you know I don't go live like I used to.
I liked it where you had it first.
The only thing is it wasn't like giving like quality. Cause
Okay.
if I put my hand in front of it, it's super quality.
Okay, but look, when we do it like this, buddy, you're sitting in the crevices of 2 tables.
I'm finna move this over here. Move you down. And then can you move my chair too?
Yep.
For me, please. My bad, y'all. We just setting up. Don't mind us, man. We should have did this beforehand, but they don't let us do it.
We could.
beforehand.
I was gonna say it's live. It's live at 5. That's what it is, babe.
Okay, there we go.
I shouldn't have said that. This is not my man. I'm single as a dollar bill being thrown on a stripper.
You know, that's the truth, but you know, you made me look so bad right there too. You know what I'm
You're
saying?
not my man. You're my man. You're my manager.
No, I'm cool with that. But look, I look so bad when you said that shit.
No, you did. I did.
I agree with you, but look.
I said, babe, and I need to stop doing that because that's another thing. People be thinking I'm flirting with them, but I'm not. That's just how I talk. I can't help that I'm smooth like butter, baby. I just can't do that. So, if you give it, I always end up accidentally flirting with somebody.
She got one
on
little
a
knee,
daily.
y'all. One knee is smaller than the other.
Because you just feel like I was comfortable with myself when I was 100 pounds lighter, but now I feel like this is who I am. I don't know how to explain it. Like, I don't think that the overweight version of me was really who I am because I just feel so much lighter and free now. So if you're thinking about starting your weight loss journey, go for it.
Do that shit.
I do recommend people take ashwagandha. That'll help that is the equivalent of cocaine in a supplement. It's completely natural though. But like the energy it gives you, and I've never did coke. I've seen people do it though, and they be up.
Yeah, I love cocaine.
That's how I imagine ashwagandha would be. You know, like it gives me a bunch of energy. Like even this morning, I was out working out for 2 hours and didn't realize it. Just because I was out working out. I don't know. And I took that ashwagandha. If you got a gut, I would suggest taking L-glutamine. It really does help. It's a digestive enzyme supplement, so it helps regulate your digestive system. So your first week of taking L-glutamine, you're supposed to take it like 30 minutes before you go work out. And just know though, in that process of you taking that supplement and working out, you're going to need to run to the bathroom almost immediately afterwards. For that first week, after your body gets used to it and your body completely cleans out, then you'll be all right. And then, I got the supplements for days, boy. What else helped me lose weight? Sea moss. Sea moss really helped a lot. It tastes like under the sea, because it is from under the sea. It's sea moss, actually. So that makes a whole lot of sense that it tastes like that. But it is absolutely terrible. I would suggest putting it in like your morning smoothie. That's another thing. Breakfast is a scam. That's something that they introduced.
Let me interject real quick.
Yeah, if you'd like to come along to the money team, baby, just let me know. Send me an email.
Big fact.
Because those, I actually like those a lot. The only reason I don't have one of those carriers now is because whatever that the trailer, the auto trailer, something had happened to it and he didn't want to get it like fixed, I guess. So he just ended up getting a flatbed instead. That's the only reason I don't do it no more. But it was fun. I liked it. And I do like the pay rates for that. One thing I will say while we on here is um, keep in mind any open deck trailer is going to make more money. So flatbeds, step decks, those auto trailers, anything of that category, they make more money because the drivers are required to do more work and they have more responsibility. Because if you work with any of those, you understand you have to like secure those loads yourself. So they get paid more. So if you are a dispatcher on here looking to like, I know people always are asking like, well, what should I do to get the most money? And I'll say anything CDL Class A. Anything that requires somebody to have a CDL Class A license, then that's the equipment you want to dispatch for, because you could be making money.
You good? Keep talking.
But damn it,
Do you dispatch?
I don't remember what I
car
was talking
hauls?
about.
Do you dispatch car hauls? Car.
How many? Money. So if you got something that I need you to have your equipment in order for all of us to make a lot of money out the deal. So I do work with CDL Class A equipment only. I can't talk and
Huh, my
that's
bad.
not how my brain works.
My bad. Go ahead.
Can't talk and do that. But yeah, so if you need help, send me an email to nina@shamrocklogistics.org and let's talk. I can definitely help you out.
All right.
What else y'all got?
Where do I start in the dispatching area from Leon?
Leon. So I got a series out called The Ultimate Guide to Freight Dispatching. My suggestions for you, Mr. Leon, would be starting at episode 1, then going over to episode 2. And with that, it's literally a step-by-step, 10-step, what's that? Process of what you need to do. So starting off, I would definitely do your legal filings as far as if you're gonna be an LLC, S Corp, C Corp, partnership, whatever the case may be. I would do the legal filings first, and then I would worry about everything else. Because I don't know, y'all, just don't forget that step. I know a lot of people be saying like you technically don't need to, but you do. Especially the moment you become like a third-party business, you definitely have to have some type of legal filings. So I would just suggest starting there. When you start there, you already got your business name, all of that good stuff. Then make sure your equipment is up to date. You don't have to have anything new or flashy. Contrary to everybody's belief, I know I'm appled out now, but beforehand I only had an iPhone and I was using an HP laptop. So you don't need a MacBook to dispatch. I actually hate using my MacBook to dispatch, and if I wasn't cheapy to cheapskate, I would have definitely bought another HP by now. But I already have a laptop. I don't need another one. That's a long thing. I can't read from back here.
It said, what are some suggestions to convert carriers into clients? Like I talk to them, they sound like they want to do business, but then I don't hear from them.
Gotcha. So step number 1 is really do not be emotional about that decision. Like whatever they say, you can't get emotional about it, and you cannot allow it to affect you and your journey and your process. And here's why. And to be completely honest, as a freight dispatcher, you are now like in control of everything that carrier has going on financially. So that's a lot of trust you got to put into someone as a business owner to be like, yeah, I trust you to generate X amount of dollars every week because this is what I need in order to sustain my personal life and my business as a carrier. So to me, just get as many of those conversations in as possible. I went through so many no's, it was scary, but it's only so long you can hear no, and maybe change the way that conversation is flowing. To be completely honest with you, within that first 15 seconds from hello, you need to make sure you've sold yourself. As soon as they say hello, I stopped mentioning I'm a dispatcher on the phone. I dead serious. Now this, y'all better write this down and put it in your back pocket. When you are calling people, don't mention what you do. All you gotta do is say, hey, how you doing? I'm doing well, who's calling? Oh, my name is Nina. Hey, can I ask you a question? I saw you own trucks. Do you mind me asking how much money you make a week? That's a very bold question. How much money are you making? How much money is that dispatcher that you got now making? And then I come with well, I can make you this. And then to be completely honest, money talks in the trucking industry. So if you say something, my biggest advice though, don't write checks with your words that your ass can't cash. So if you tell somebody that you can make them $10,000 a week, you got to stand on that. So really, I tell anybody when you get into that recruiting and calling phase, make sure you're talking about money and how much money you can generate them within the first 15 seconds. And you'll start seeing that they go from just perspective, maybe interested, maybe not, to they're signing up with you. But you just got to understand that's a lot of trust that somebody's asking you to, take over. And I don't know, just think about it. If somebody told you, I'm basically finna run your business and I'm saying that I can make sure you make this amount of money, but you don't really know. It's July, so yeah, I always talk about people's families because I'm just family oriented. I ain't got kids, but I don't understand. I just love talking about other people's families. And it's just if you tell somebody, I want to be a dispatcher, I'm going to take over this responsibility, you're also telling them, I'm going to make sure your children are fed. I'm going to make sure there's a roof over your head. I'm going to make sure you got the money to pay the bills for the trucking company that you own. Even if they don't have a truck note, I have seen some outrageous insurance bills. We talking $3,000 a month. So as a dispatcher, you not only need to make enough money for the bills, but you got to make enough money for them too. So don't get down about it. Just put yourself in a position, and it makes it a lot easier to recruit.
So another question was, what was the name of the book you said in one of your videos you said you read in freight dispatching that got you started?
They don't make it no more. But it was by J.J. Wyatt. It's literally called The Guide to Freight Dispatching. And that's another thing. If you can't afford a course, just go to the library. There's a bunch of books on it. Actually, we were just at the library. There's so many books on freight dispatching. I think we just live in a world right now where it's instant gratification. So people just want to be told exactly what to do step by step. And just as a person, I can't do that. So I can give you a course, but I still want you to go do your research. But no, that book is not made anymore for some reason. It was literally 12 out of 10. But go on Google or go to the library and just type in freight dispatcher and see what you can find. But the book that I read is not being produced. I've tried, because I used to buy it for my students. Like any of my in-person students, I will always buy the book to go along with everything else, but they don't make the book no more.
Kay said, can you talk about lanes?
Lanes aren't anything, people really get confused by that. That's really just like the region. So you can have a lane from Texas to Georgia, that's a lane. You can have a lane from Missouri to Illinois, that's a lane. It's really just whatever route that driver is going to be taking. And then you have southern lanes, you have northern lanes, southeast, southwest. But don't get too caught up in dedicated lanes or any of those words. That it's really all just contract work. So when you hear dedicated lane, just think like dedicated contract. It's just going to the same places repetitively.
Ruger said she wanted to, or they wanted to say hello before they ask any questions.
Hey.
And
Hello.
even though I addressed it, little ugly buddy said, "Are you single?" Said, "Keep the comments about business."
That's a dollar bill on a stripper. Yes, I am.
Love the shadow in the middle, at the middle. And Charlie said, "Thank you."
No problem.
Yes, Kay said, yes, they be confusing me with the dedicated lanes, but thank you.
Yeah, those are honestly what I've noticed. There's a bunch of mumbo jumbo in trucking. That's why I make it so simple, because it's a bunch of bull crap that all really boils down to the same 5 topics. So once you learn like the top 5 things to know, you know everything about logistics in general. Like I've started people's trucking companies and I'm just a dispatcher. So once you know like those 5 categories of things, you're unstoppable. Honestly though, where I'm at, I want to be able to give my students something different. So right now, I've been in the process of mass recruiting, so my students will instantly have carriers. That's what I'm working on. So, prospective carriers, don't just be watching me. If you want some money, sign up, because I also teach people how to make as much money as I make. So just know you're getting a quality dispatcher. And it's like, right now, it's a team of 6 of us, and we killing it. So if I get more carriers, I'm really trying to run it up by the end of the summer so I can have nonstop carriers for all of my students.
Just a quick note, everybody. When you're sending in messages, it's going to take us a little time to get to them because we want to be very thorough with these. So make sure that you ask some dope questions, because right now is the time. Right now is the time. But make sure you hit that like button as well. If you haven't hit the like button, hit that like button right now, just for all the content that we can ready.
How many people is it? 13. If it don't go by 13 in the next 30 seconds, I'm done talking, and I ain't gonna say it no more. That's how Birdman was. I ain't gonna say it no more. Crybaby.
Okay.
Oh, no.
So another comment is Pete said, is 10% too high to charge for beginner dispatchers? And K followed up with it, or 8.
Beginner, yes. Beginner, you ain't dispatched before? Yeah, you're asking. You got too much diff on your chip, Mr. P. All right? So, here's my suggestions. Do not start anything below 7. It's really only 2 numbers. It's between 7 and 8. I would start between 7 and 8. And genuinely, if you're going to do 8, you are completely comfortable with dispatching in total. Going down to like 5 and 6% to me is just highway robbery. But of course, I had to go through it to be able to tell y'all not to do that. So I wouldn't start off anything less than about 7 or 8. And honestly, it's all on your own terms. So it took me about 90 days to be completely comfortable, and then I went to 10%. And honestly, you can go up from there. I just never went up from 10%. For contracts, I am pricey, but ain't nobody else gonna do what I do. So you gotta pay me for that. So for contract work, I am pricey. But regular dispatching, I only charge 10%, and I've been doing this for 3 years. So you starting off at 10, I ain't saying don't go for it, but just know I had to fight tooth and nail to get to what I get paid now.
All right, and then I might be saying her name wrong, but it's Kira.
Kira?
Khira from Houston.
Kira.
It said best advice on prospecting contract freight.
I feel like I know her. Which one is it? I can't see her picture all the way. That name, I don't know. I can't remember that woman's name, but I feel like I do know her. She sounds very familiar. But I do know her. Hey, I do know her. I knew it. I was like, I know that name. Okay, so what was the question?
The question was,
bro, I hope you blessed. I hope you see I'm finally back. That was one of the women from my conference that I was like, I just had to tell them straight up, like, it's the world going on right now. I am all over the place, and I am happy you get to see me like this, because this is what it usually is. It was just a lot going on last year. I ain't gonna never lie to y'all about that. Last year was a year, baby. It was a year. But what was the question?
the question was, Best advice on prospecting contract freight for a flatbed.
For a flatbed, bro, you in the money. Honestly, 1 second. My best advice is to tell your carrier to just go ahead and spend that. It's like $250 in total. Tell them to get his twig, all them different codes to get to the ports. That's what I would start for a flatbed. I would definitely try to start doing, like, I don't know, I thought outside the box with all the contracts I've ever got. So really, and you in Houston, I know there's a bunch of new building projects about to start within the next 30, 90, 60 days, whatever the case may be. All you got to do is start calling those construction companies for real, and asking them who do they go through to get their equipment delivered. All of those huge like wood halls and I don't know, everything you can put, like the big stuff for an apartment or a construction building or whatever, even the machinery they need. Like, let's just say they need like it's a big thing, a tractor. Let's say they need a tractor. You could be the one that they contract out to deliver all the tractors to the new construction sites. So really just think outside the box, figure out where your truck is utilized the most, and then just start calling around. It does not hurt to call. But as far as like a website, there is none. Contract work is really like ground footwork, or you could get the business registered as like one of the, like a 8, I think it's 8A or 8E, one of those letters. And when you do that, you can start getting like government contract work, but you do have to register your LLC. It's like minority owned, woman owned, veteran owned, stuff like that. So when you do that, then you just get government contracts, and it's real easy to do from the website, because once you certify as minority owned, you get it first place, because it ain't no competition, and it's a tax break for them. So
Kay said, I'm starting with 8. I'm comfortable. It's the slang that gets me.
Start at 7K. If you don't get the slang, the slang is a huge part of dispatching. And honestly, when you go to recruit, if you don't know the slang, they're not going to even give you the opportunity to begin with. So I got 2 pieces of advice. Either start at 7, learn everything that you can from your first carrier and the way that they talk, because there's some stuff that I'm still learning. They just be saying the most randomest abbreviations that could really... I was asked for a weather report one time, but what he told me was so confusing. I think he told me, like, can you send me like a W3? It was something real stupid. You could have just said, can you send me the weather report? And I would have got that the first time, but it's not like that. So just get comfortable in the lingo. You really only need to know like maybe 10 terms that you're gonna hear a lot. But then after that, go back up to your 8. But start at 7 until you get it, because it is like a whole different language. And I just don't want you to end up in a position where like you feel overwhelmed, or you're feeling like you have to scramble to figure out the answer. Like, no, I'm only charging you 7%. So 7% leaves a whole lot of room for growth. I'll say that. So just get the lingo down. I'll make a video about lingo. I think that's episode like what? It's one of these episodes we putting out. It was on episode 2? Yeah, it is on episode 2. So if you go watch episode 2, those are only like main things you really need to be comfortable with. And if you need anything else though, make sure you comment on one of them videos, and I'll give you the definition right away. Because some of the stuff on Google is like way too complex, and it don't even have to be.
So Charlie said, what are some things I can do for my dispatch business on the days that my trucks are booked and I'm off?
Reinvest into your business. You can create different flyers during that time. Start posting promo to get more carriers if you would like. During that time, honestly, be building. It doesn't stop just because you got those trucks and they're dispatched for the day. Start looking for people who need emergency loads. And then that's another way I secured a lot of carriers. Those people that be in distress, those are my favorite kind of carriers. They be emailing me like, I have been stuck in Pennsylvania for 6 days. Get me out of here. Cool. I need a $500 bonus, and this is how much I charge. And now I'm going to make you sign another contract so that I have to dispatch for you for the next 3 months. So you don't get to just use me and abuse me and leave. You're going to be stuck with me for 90 days after that. So on the days you booked up and you like bored and you still want to work, go look for people who need emergency loads. It gets you a lot of money and very quickly.
All right, just real quick. We're still going to be answering questions, but I just wanted to just throw this out there real quick. And it was from Kira, and she said, if you're thinking about taking her training, take it. This woman is smart. So I just wanted to
Oh, thank you. I am. What? I play a lot, but I'm very intelligent.
Let's see, that's why I can't play.
I play a whole lot, but honestly, I just live a very lighthearted life. So I really appreciate that. I do, because I got the game, and it's to be given out. I'm ready to really help people, and because y'all really helped me. I ain't gonna lie. During that time last year where I just felt like life was crashing down on me, reading y'all comments and like even seeing just like the small stuff, like, wow, I was able to make X amount of dollars and now I'm able to give me and my baby an apartment. Like, y'all don't understand what those stories do for me. It makes me want to keep going. And honestly, I'm pretty sure y'all the reason I got pulled out of whatever I was going through last year, because it just gave me a reason to keep going. I had people to, put on for. So I love y'all. I appreciate all of my clovers, and I get it. I'm in a position now where I cannot ask y'all to understand what I was going through last year or why I was inconsistent or why, because y'all don't know the situation. And I am going to talk about everything that happened, but it wasn't just one thing. It was like everything. And for y'all to still be around and still be encouraging and still love me and still want me to go farther and still, just reaching out, like, that means a lot to me. So it'll never go unnoticed. And that's, if y'all ever get a comment, like when y'all get those comments back from me on videos, it's always, I appreciate you. Because you could have went and watched anybody. You could have went and, but you decided to watch me and comment on my video. That's a big deal. It means a lot to me.
And then from P says,
Pushing P.
I also passed out goodie bags with business cards and no luck. I've cold called as well, but not clients yet. I'm not giving up, but what else?
3 months. That's how long it took me. 3 months. As far as the goodie bags, so that's the one thing that women might have the upper hand in trucking that men don't. So, ladies, for the ladies that's on here, do me a favor. If you need a carrier, just go recruit in person. It's real easy. But men, y'all do have a little bit harder to recruit. I don't know why that, well, I do know why that is. The industry in general is 90% male. So just put yourself in that position. Would you rather talk to a woman all week, or would you rather talk to a man all week as a man? And that's kind of where it is with recruiting. So in person, it's easier for women to recruit because, women are easy on the eyes. You know what I'm saying? And that's just, it is what it is. So I can't ever suggest men do in person. It does work, but it's kind of a hit and miss. I do, though, as far as I know, women have that advantage. Men have the advantage of the bro code. And men are always going to think another man is, just as capable as them. They're not really going to give that to me before they give it to another man. So my advice to anybody recruiting is you just can't give up. And then stop being so professional. I have noticed a lot of people don't get carriers because they trying to be like too, I don't know what's the word. because you want to be professional, but you still need to be yourself as well. If you just call in, like, if they can tell you speaking from a script, you're not real, you're not relatable. I don't believe that you really doing this for the benefit of me. You know what I'm saying? So I also would say try emailing, do email blasts. That was also very effective for me. And it's I'm not a good conversationalist on the phone because I have like a speech problem sometimes. So I didn't really like cold calling at all. I mostly recruited in person and through email.
And I also wanted to let y'all know too, like if y'all, like when it comes to like talking to people in person, if y'all have like a cookie place in y'all, wherever y'all stay, like over in St. Louis, we got Insomnia cookies and Hot Box cookies. But like I'm telling you, like a $3, $5 box of cookies go a long way when you doing something, or just getting somebody like some cinnamon bagels or like a little coffee or something, and you going to meet up with them in person.
My recruit bags was so ghetto.
What's your recruit bags with?
It was like, that big old case of brown paper bags that you get from Walmart. They only $1 because I was poor, right? So let's go through my budget of how much I had to spend. I only had $30 to my name to spend on everything to get a carrier, and it worked. I'll never say it didn't work, but from there I bought them brown paper bags. I put $10 at my tank, so I'm down to 20. From that point, my homegirl went to self-checkout, and we paid for some stuff. We didn't pay for some stuff. And we got chips, candy, and a drink, and put it all in my recruit bags. Shout out to self-checkout because it saved your girl. And that is what I got my carriers from. Actually, one of the people I passed out a bag to was a FedEx driver. So make sure you do not discriminate. Yes, the people you're looking for, you can't recruit somebody that works at FedEx, UPS, anything like that, because they're not a carrier. They work for a company. So, but don't ever disregard them, because trucking is such a word of mouth industry. And this is like what happened to me. I passed my bag out to a dude. He drove for some company. I want to say it was FedEx. And I just passed it out to him, and he was like, oh, well, I work for FedEx, but my uncle's a carrier. And I was like, I'm just being goofy old me. So I'm like, oh, all right, cool. Make sure you pass your uncle my information. So, and he did. His uncle had 3 trucks. So
Just throwing that out there real quick, and I'm gonna get back to the people. Kay said my recruit bags included a Chick-fil-A gift card, and she got 2 carriers.
Exactly. Go, Kay. That's big money, Kay.
Sincerely, Tiffany said this a while ago. She just said, hey, boo.
Hey, boo.
All right.
See, but she's an accidental flirter too. Who said that, Tiff? Tiff, you're like me. We're accidental flirters. We gotta stop using those B words. I'm quick to call somebody boo, babe, baby. I don't even be liking them people. I don't.
Charlie said, so how long do you have to be in business to start the process to get government contracts? And do I need a business plan? She didn't watch episode 2.
Shamrock episode 2, the ultimate guide on freight dispatching. I need you to watch all 16 minutes and 42 seconds of that video for me. And that'll answer that business plan question. Just go watch that. Make sure you like it, and then leave a comment so I'll know that you watched it for real. But from that point, the next part of the question was, how do they get government contracts, or how long? It really doesn't, it's up to you. It does take 30 days to get the DUNS number. Yes, it took 30 days for that. So once you get your LLC, you could start the process to get your DUNS number.
Just for the family on here, a quick question for y'all. Should we be do you guys want to see videos about credit as well, and setting up your DUNS number and stuff like that? Would you guys want to see that, and how to get grants and funding and stuff like that? Would you guys want to see videos on that?
They do. We got to get them what they want to see. Y'all want to see it all. That's cool. I'm a nerd. If y'all haven't figured that out yet, I am a nerd. All I do is read. So, yes. All right, that's in the works. We're going to get that done. Hey, okay, well, y'all need something from me. I need something from y'all. Make sure y'all share my videos. The more people that we get out, I gotta get the engagement back up for sure. So make sure we are getting the videos out. Make sure y'all liking, commenting, and subscribing. So y'all give me a little something, something. I'm gonna give you a little something, something for sure. Work with a plan. That's all I'm saying.
So, Felicia, I apologize if I say your name wrong, Miss Felicia. Felicia Williams said, and this is something that we just talked about, so I want to make sure that we talk about this online. She said, hey, I emailed you a couple of times, no response.
Yes, I don't have access to that email address. I just sent out a mass message to everybody. I haven't had access to that email address for like maybe 2 months now. Every time I try to get into the email address, I get a rejection email, and it said I gotta log in from the device, but I only have 2 devices that I've ever used, so I don't know. And now I reached out to Google, they haven't got back, and then I just got told it'll be another 30 days. So my new email, you should have it in your email address. So check your spam inbox, but anything you sent over there, just copy and paste it and send it to my new email address.
And give me a breakdown of your name so I don't mess it up again, because I think it's Phoenicia. I think that's. Give me a breakdown of your name. You know how the dictionary be breaking it down, and I'll make sure I won't mess it up again.
I'm happy you over there reading them, because
look, we in the same boat.
Yeah.
Look, we
just
in
be
the
like,
So we'll do. We're gonna keep doing questions all live. We do have a few things that we want you guys to know as well. So we're gonna do a few more questions. Then we're gonna drop like a few things that we need y'all to know, and then we're gonna go right back to the questions. The next question is, well, Kate said, I did good my first load and with my first carrier though. Definitely watching it tonight.
Yes.
Episode 2.
yes, and I'm so happy for you. If you don't mind sharing, what was your first load? How much did you book it for? And then people be asking, what is the importance of social media, like as a freight dispatcher? Once again, I tell everybody, use it for networking, but it is not the only source of networking that you need to be doing. So with that being said, make sure when you do get your loads and stuff like that, it ain't nothing to just have them send you a picture of whatever the load was, and then you can upload that to like Instagram or Facebook and just be like, I'm cocky. So I'm not asking everybody to be cocky, but I am very confident in just everything that I do, because I just am. I'm cocky. So I be posting stuff like, join the money team, just booked a $5,000 load, and it's only going X amount of miles, you know? So just, I don't know, put yourself out there though. Be more than, I'm so happy for you. I need you to take that and put it out there so you can get some more carriers.
Even though this will be the last comment that I give you about personal, that's really personal, but just DSH says you look good.
Thanks. I try, baby. I wake up every day and I try. I hope y'all know that.
He said, if y'all thinking about, oh yeah, we already said that. Mo Beautiful said, where do you find emergency loads?
Honestly, I just be going to like people in crisis. So you can go on like Facebook, go on any of them groups on any given day. You're gonna see somebody in that group. Hey, I need an emergency load leaving from. But look, most of the emergency loads are in the places that nobody can get a load out of, and that's really on dispatchers. So I ain't saying that, you know, take my course. I ain't saying that at all. But I am gonna say, I'm gonna make sure you maintain a carrier, because a lot of new dispatchers send their carriers to no-no zones, and that new carrier you work so hard to get, now it's gonna drop you because you don't know how to get a load leaving out of that no-no zone. So when you are looking for emergency load people, just know they're 9 times out of 10 in an area that is gonna be a needle in a haystack to get out of. Now, if you're me, or if you're a part of our Clover fam and you took my course, you would get out of that jam every time. But if you ain't, you You can take the emergency load, just make sure your skills up to par and just get them out of there and make them money that whole time.
Then we have another one. Say hello. Do
Hello.
you include a power of attorney with your dispatch agreement?
I don't, and I simply don't because it's just another piece of paperwork that you don't need. Honestly, once you have them sign your agreement, that's the same thing as a power of attorney anyway. And not only that, I just don't want the responsibility of being anybody's power of attorney. I don't want that much responsibility on me.
So it says legacy of the unknown. Says how much will how much will new dispatchers struggle during this time if they were to start up right now, or should we wait to start dispatching?
No, I don't feel like there's a good time to start anything. I feel like you just have to start.
We're doing a
And
video about that.
yeah, because we keep getting that. So it's just any time's a good time to start. And honestly, trucking has advanced to a multi-trillion-dollar industry when all other industries have plummeted after COVID. Like post-COVID, most companies are going downhill. And trucking is multi-trillion-dollar industry now. So I can't say that it's a bad time to get in because it's not. I will say there's a bad rap for dispatchers right now because so many people are just watching videos. Don't get me wrong, these videos, and especially mine, because I'm me. But anyway, the videos are extremely informative. I couldn't get that word out. The videos are very informative, but it is not everything that you need to know. So the bad name comes when people aren't taking that extra step to actually get a course and they going out and recruiting carriers and they get them and then something happens that's easily avoidable. So I just feel like as long as you are fully prepared to be a freight dispatcher and you know exactly what you're doing, you know how to turn in the paperwork, you know what to put on the paperwork, you know everything, then it's a great time to start. I would say recruiting is a little bit harder than it was for me because I started before everybody heard about, I guess, before freight dispatching became so mainstream and everybody I talk to is a freight dispatcher now. And it kind of confuses me because an actual freight dispatcher, I never tell people what I do. If they don't know me like in person, I'll never tell you what I do for a living. So when people are coming up to me and they're like, oh, I'm a freight dispatcher, and I'm asking them basic questions that all freight dispatchers should know off the top of their head, or even if I ask you simply, oh, do you mind sending me your rate cons from the last 30 days? They can't do that. So with that being said, just make sure you know what you're doing. And I feel like that's what sets people apart. Like once you give off the vibe of I got this, I know what I'm doing, anything you ask me, I can answer it, anything you need, I can take care of it. It's really not that hard to recruit after that. But no, I don't think it's a bad time to get it started. I actually think it's a great time to get started because so many more people are interested in financial abundance and freedom in general. So there's a lot of people going out here and buying trucks. It's not hard to go and recruit. Get a new carrier. They don't know nothing. You don't know nothing. Y'all in this together at that point.
I'm gonna give you a line from Charlie, and then I'm gonna answer Phoenicia.
Gotcha.
Ni. It could be name, but it could Phoenicia.
Phoenicia. Gotcha.
There you go. All right. Now I did that for me. For real. But first, Charlie said, you helped me make the decision to dispatch off I made $7,000 my first month dispatching, and I love your spirit. When I'm discouraged, I rewatch it.
Always. And you can watch my new stuff. I'm just a very happy, light-hearted person. I try to encourage people and just let everybody know, I ain't saying that you ain't gonna go through some stuff. I've never once said, I don't even like when people be like, quit your job and come do this. Don't do that. That's the worst decision you will ever make. Do not quit your job until you got some money saved. I was still working 2 jobs and dispatching at the same time. It was actually 3 because I had a PRN job that's just as needed. So if I was off from both places, I go to that place. And I did that for maybe even longer. I know it was a couple months before I really was like, all right, I'm going to quit my job now. So I honestly feel like now, if you ain't got no motion going on right now, like if you ain't got no job in general right now, then sure, get started. But if you got a stable income, do not quit that stable income. Just save your money. Don't quit your job until you got, I say at least until you can sustain your life for another 3 to 4 months after you quit your job. Don't do it. So you need to save up enough money for 3 to 4 months of rent, 3 to 4 months of electric, 3 to 4 months of gas, 3 to 4 months of your car note, 3 to 4 months of insurance. Then quit. But don't just jump out. I hate that piece of advice. Is you'll end up homeless. Like, you'll end up homeless, carless, and a lot of things. And it's just not worth it when you could just continue to work your job and build at the same time. I hate when people be like, I'm tired. So was I. I was tired as hell. I'm tired as hell now. Like, that you just got to, it's a minor sacrifice for a long-term goal. I haven't worked in 3 years, but it took me 20 years of working to get to that point. And working hard. Even when I was working for somebody else, I'm a money lover. I like numbers. I like money. So it's like, even when I was working a regular job, I was working over 180 hours a week between all of the jobs, but over 180 hours for sure.
So real quick, I'm gonna read this to you, but I'm gonna answer it. I'm gonna answer it for you, and then I want you to give your input as well. So, Phoenicia, I keep saying phone. Phoenicia said, well, I wanted to ask you a personal question. No embarrassment here. I couldn't afford your training, and I wanted to know if you do a payment plan. I have everything already as far as my business, credentials, and she just said she didn't qualify for the, I think the service, Klarna?
What? Yeah. What? Hey, I just got a couple questions. What city you're in? If you're in St. Louis, hit me up almost immediately, and we can make something happen in person, and we can talk about a payment plan. Honestly, I love that you was just real with me, because people just don't be being real. So yeah, if you are in St. Louis, let me know. If you just want to do online, send me an email. It's Nina, NEENA, @shamrocklogistics.org. That's the email. Send me an email to that, and we can talk further. But I got you.
And let me tell y'all something serious, and I'm gonna come around for this so that way they can see.
Bring it around town.
No, I'm gonna tell them something.
I can't even say that anymore without thinking of Pound Town. Just let Pound Town.
Just took it down. All right, hold on, real quick. I just want to let all of y'all know just something real big, and then we gonna go right back.
I'll be right back.
Go ahead. Just want to let y'all know something real big. She's on her way back. She's just getting ready to get some water. So, like, for your question, and it's no embarrassment. I don't think that it's nothing to be embarrassed about. I honestly feel like that's respectable that you would even say something like that. Just me being honest with y'all, everything that we drop moving forward. I'm the new social media manager, by the way. My bad. I apologize. My name is Quizzy. But everything that we drop moving forward is going to be geared towards giving y'all all the information. So pretty much everything that would be in the course normally, pretty much everything that people are giving out on YouTube. When I was looking on YouTube, and I'm just being real with you, when I was looking on YouTube and I was looking at all these different freight dispatcher YouTubers and all of this, the biggest thing that I was seeing and the biggest thing that I was seeing that people were missing was the fact that they were holding back information. And one thing when I was talking with Nina, we are not going to do is we are not going to hold back any information. So any information that y'all want to know, the whole reason why we're doing this live today is so that way we can make sure we get information straight to y'all, all right? And if y'all do want to pick up the course, then that's so that way y'all can get some one-on-ones, you know what I'm saying? Because I understand that, you know, you can get information on YouTube videos, but sometimes if y'all anything like me, y'all might need just a little bit of extra help, you know what I'm saying? Just need somebody to help you, walk along with you, hold your hand like me. Sometimes I need people to hold my hand, especially if I don't know nothing, you know what I'm saying? Know something new. So, just letting y'all know.
That's just because we all got different learning styles, though.
We gonna do this. Like, I'm just telling y'all, like, strictly, we're gonna put out so much content, and y'all have not seen nothing yet. We're gonna put out so much content, so make sure that you hit that like, you hit that subscribe, and you hit that bell notification every single time. Because I'm telling you, we're gonna be dropping some gems, and we are not gonna play no games. After y'all get done with that course, the ultimate guide to freight dispatching, after we drop all our videos, if you new, you'll be able to, I'm talking about you'll be able to take off in freight dispatching, and then you'll have the one-on-one calls for Nina if you need something extra. So that's just me introducing myself, y'all, and you can bring her back in. There you go.
I always wanted to be one of those people.
What's that?
Somebody that has rhythm.
What? That has rhythm?
Yeah, just
Don't get it from me.
any people with rhythm. I like those.
You ain't gonna get it from me.
Because I don't have that.
I ain't got it.
But it's okay. I have fun when I'm dancing.
Let me see. So we're gonna get into the next.
Also, y'all remember, a lot of that information comes from my YouTube channel. That's all I'm gonna say.
Big fact.
So other people have information, but it's usually mine. Just come to the original Pancake House. Call me IHOP. That's all I gotta say. Not saying anything else.
P said in the beginning, did you offer free services like the load book for free? Excuse me.
Yes, I did. Honestly, I don't know. You got to give a little, get a little. So when I first started, I used to throw like outrageous deals. It would be like your first load on me, as long as you sign an agreement that I can dispatch you for the rest of the week. And with that, like if you find like that statement load when you get to that point, you'll understand what I'm saying. But like once you get your statement load, like look, you only going 200 miles and they paying $3,000. Once you get that one and you book it for free, just take the L on that one. But you start with the best thing, like the best possible load you can find. They're going to sign that agreement, and then they ain't going nowhere because you've already proved that you're capable of making them a lot of money. So yeah, I used to throw free week, free load, free discounted rate for X amount of months. Like you got to do what you got to do until you get your clientele up, for sure.
Just for everybody, make sure that if you're on here, if you're taking away any value at this point in time, just make sure that you hit the like button. It just helps us for the algorithm. We got 27 people on here and we got 18 likes. If you haven't hit the like button, make sure you hit the like button right now just for us, and we do appreciate it. And Conrad said, what books are good to read about dispatching?
All of them. Most of them say like the ones that were very informative. Of course, they're gonna like it's one that's literally called Freight Dispatching for Dummies. That one, that's pretty informative. The one it's called, but they don't make it no more. But I'm sure it's something like along the lines of that same book. It's called the something guide to freight dispatching, but they don't produce that one no more. But honestly, just go on Amazon. Go on Amazon and type in freight dispatching books and go through the reviews, see what other people said they took from it. If it's something that you feel like doesn't fit what you're looking for, then don't buy that one. But the one that I used to get for people was like 3 different books in one book, but they don't make it no more. So just go on Amazon and type in freight dispatching books and see what you come up with. But anything with like guide is good. I know that Freight Dispatching for Dummies book, it was yellow, and that one was good too.
Vicky said, is it hard for full-time workers to start a dispatching business? That's a really good question.
No. Once again, I was working 3 different jobs in dispatching. So to be completely honest, yeah, it's really life in general is just how bad do you want it. So yeah, it was some times where I didn't sleep a lot, or I went through a phase of forgetting to eat. Like it got intense, but it's possible. But Vicky, you just gotta dig deep, because you got it in you. You just gotta know you got it in you. And once you dig a little, hey, you gotta dig a little deeper. What song is that? That's on the Disney movie. It's from Princess and the Frog. And you gotta dig deep, but you can get it done for sure. It's possible.
That's sad. That's the only that's the only Disney movie I have not watched.
You're a black man.
I know. That's the only and I got
And you
a daughter
haven't
too.
watched Princess and the Frog?
And I have a daughter too. I know it, but I just haven't watched it.
We're on live. We'll talk about that after.
She gonna chew me up about that, y'all.
For sure. For sure. That's representation. That's the first movie you should have watched.
I watched The Lion King though. Both of them. And
Are you a lion? Are you a lion? No.
I'm a lion.
Are you a black man? Yes. Are there black men in Princess and the Frog? Yeah, bunch of them.
I identify as a lion.
You do look like you have a mane. I'll give you that.
And a little beard. There you go. All right. So this is another good question. Froze said, what annual conventions or events do you recommend to stay abreast of current market conditions? Excuse me. So basically, how do you stay up on it? What annual
I
conventions or
read.
events?
I'm not a convention person unless it's my own, to be completely honest. Speaking of, if you're in St. Louis watching this, we're going to be doing something extremely special and only $75. So once we get the office space completely together, I'm going to be hosting like a mini freight dispatching lesson. And it'll only be $75 and limited access for show, but definitely doing something back home. What was I supposed to be answering?
Well, let me ask him a question. So even though that might be available, and this is just me asking y'all, we haven't even talked about this, but even though that might be available for St. Louisans, would y'all like to be a part of a Zoom meeting for that, for like maybe a little bit less on the price? Would y'all like to be a part of that? Y'all can let me know down at the bottom.
Come.
I just want to say real quick, shout out to my boy Brandon. He said, I'm a black man and I never watched it either. So, boom, there you go. I got a buddy in here. So
Brandon, you're on that list as well now. The same list he just got put on, you're on it. Way to go.
Hey, Brandon, after this over, I'm gonna make sure to get you on the call so that way she can chew you out along with me.
Yeah, cause no way y'all haven't seen Princess and the Frog as black men. Like that should be the first.
Have you seen Lion King 1.5?
Yeah, I've seen all of the Disney movies because I'm a child. Okay, I don't even watch regular TV. I watch Disney Plus all day, every day.
Kay asked a good question as well. Do you do Zoom calls?
Yes. Now I typically only do Zoom calls for Clovers, and we do them once a month. But I think I am about to open up to doing Zoom calls with the public and just charging by the hour, because I understand like a lot of people already took. Tanika, nice words. Let me find them. Let me find nice words. All right, nice words. A lot of people have already took something that says it's a freight dispatching course before, so they don't be in a position to pay for another one, and I respect that. So I have been thinking about opening up to just the public and assisting people who have already took a course but didn't get what they were supposed to get from it, for sure.
Real quick, Kay said she said, well, I'm now a Clover in the heart.
You are. We're all Clovers.
And just to let y'all know too, like I said, and I believe this, and I'm confident enough to say this, the information that we're going to put on YouTube is going to be the highest, and I mean the highest quality the most value that you ever will see on YouTube. Just give us a little time. I know we kind of been rolling it out a little slow, but look, I'm telling y'all, it's going to be legit, some of the best stuff. So I know a lot of people have been like buying other courses from other people and we can't vouch for them, but I can definitely say whether you buy the course or whether you get the just the free videos that we post, we're going to give you the most value that you possibly can get on YouTube, almost to the point where it's like, you know what I'm saying, we're going to be giving almost people's courses out for free. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's the value that we're getting ready to drop.
I've also noticed a lot of the people ain't dispatching. A lot of the people making money from the course. So they're making more money from selling the course than they are from actual dispatching. That's why I don't care about giving out the game, because I actually am a dispatcher. That's where my main money source is. So it is what it is. You want to know what I really want to learn?
Daniel said,
when I think about you,
what happened?
I think about giving myself to you.
Y'all don't worry about it. Y'all, she's suffering from little knee syndrome. His one knee is bigger than the other slightly.
They be getting it. I always wanted to learn how to do that little step, because they be like, but I don't know how to do it. So that didn't look right.
One knee is bigger by 2 degrees.
That wasn't it, but y'all know what I'm talking about.
They like it though. Wait, Daniel, I'm gonna drop this. I'm gonna drop this for you real quick. Daniel said, "Where can we find the course?" Is if you literally go to any of the newer videos, it will be in the description, like straight up. Like as soon as you click on the video, you can click it. It's gonna have a link to the course. It's gonna have a link to the website, and from the website, you can actually find the course. This is so distracting. Go ahead, dance. I just don't have no music.
Now I'm doing a Mariah Carey one. I know that one kind of, but
Wash
yeah,
it.
shamrocklogistics.org.
You like boom, 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 boom.
No.
Wash it.
No, you never heard of it?
What?
Let's have an intermission. I've been serious for like 60 minutes straight.
Here she go, y'all. Just since we're doing a slight intermission, we're still gonna get to y'all. We're still gonna get to y'all.
This is gonna be like 2 minutes. I need to work.
Don't you play that copyrighted music on here?
Can't hear it.
Don't you play that copyrighted music on here?
My bad, Dad. I just need to do this for like 1 minute. As
Yeah,
soon
you
as the
do.
song comes on.
You do it on the song.
I have a lot of energy right now.
Y'all, I'm gonna make sure I get her
You
together.
heard this?
Huh?
You ain't never heard this?
Let me hear it. I can't let YouTube hear it. No, that's not that bad. Go ahead and do it.
I don't know it. Oh,
You don't
wait.
know? I was about to say, don't look at me. I can't.
Okay, wait. I might have it. You wanna? I wish I love drag shows, but like my favorite part is when they do that death drop. I do not have the encouragement to ever do that,
I don't
but I
know what
love
you're talking about.
it's
Death drop.
they like spin and just literally just down. I can't do it, but
How the hell did they do that?
it's like they be like, I need my best friend here.
Wow.
Hold on. It's coming finally.
I don't know this death drop. It seemed like that would hurt.
No, that you like fall on your leg.
Oh yeah, I
But
know
like
what
you
you're
just
talking about.
like go back. They just be like,
Bent the leg and go back. Okay, yeah, I know. I think I've seen somebody do that shit, but it wasn't even a dude that I seen do it.
you know what?
Damn.
Wait, okay.
Do your knees.
I can't focus and count in my head. Now I lost my mojo. Wait, no, it's something where you go like, all right, I'm done.
All right. All right, let's get it better. But yeah, so Danielle, apologize if I'm saying your name wrong. You can definitely find the course on the newer videos. Nick said, always full of love and energy.
Nick who?
Trimble.
Hi, Nick. Nick's a driver.
Oh, straight up?
Yep.
Shout out to Nick.
Hi, Nick.
P says, once you started charging 10%, did you let your clients you had before that stay at the regular rates?
I felt like that. Y'all ever seen that video when that other girl's sister got a gift and she didn't, and the little baby was like, that's how I feel about that comment.
Really?
No, they're not grandfathered in. And really, you could really keep it as simple as it gotta be. I'm going up on my prices within like the next 2 weeks. Don't be like, I'm going up on to 10% tomorrow, so get with it or get lost. Don't do that. So send out like a formal email and be like, hey, it has been my pleasure to be working with y'all and dispatching for y'all. During this time, I always put in total how much money that I've made them already. So I'll be like, within this 3 months, I've made you over $100,000. I think that at this point, I've proved myself capable enough to get a raise. And if you are not okay with that raise, we will be good at the current rate for the next 2 weeks. And I wish you the best on finding another dispatcher, because you're gonna have to pay me what I'm worth. That's all I'm saying.
Real quick, can you drop the email in the chat real quick? If I knew it, I would have already gave it. All right, and that's the email for you guys. TNT Trucking said, what are the best hours to book loads? How early do you start booking in the morning?
Ooh, all right. So brokerages open up at 7:30 to 8 a.m. Eastern time. So whatever time's on your end, make sure you're going off Eastern time for everything logistics. Honestly, I be up. I guess I don't start dispatching until about 8 a.m. and I'm done around 12 p.m. So to me, that's prime time, but make sure you're doing that on Eastern time. And not only that, but don't get discouraged if you don't wake up super early in the morning. That's what I'm going to suggest. That's the best time and that's the only time. But if you're in a situation where it's later in the day, you can get, just like the emergency carriers, you can get a broker that's in an emergency and milk them. If you get a broker that's in an emergency, milk them. I don't care what they tell you. If you know, because they're going to mention it. They're going to be like, oh, you're saving us. We had to get this there by tomorrow. The moment you hear desperation, the price goes up.
Nice. Okay. It said, another personal comment, but we'll allow. Susie Bear 33 said, girl, you are a baddie. I hope that you have your dating options open. Quite frankly, devastated.
No, they're pretty open. I'm really single right now. I don't even talk to people, but I got a lot going on in life, so I'm just focused on me and the bag right now.
Come with a bag.
Come with the bag. See, that's what I want. Whoever try to come in my life, just come with it all. Just come with it all. Because if not, I ain't gonna see it.
And they also said, seriously, thank you for all your informative videos. They have helped me become successful. Prayer hands sparkle.
Period.
Prayer hands.
Thank you. You're welcome. And keep going. Don't just stop at where you at right now. I think don't ever get comfortable. That's the biggest mistake anybody can ever make in life. Comfortability.
Bonita said, and then
Bonita!
I paid for a course that offered mentorship and it was recorded. Such disappointment. I'm learning from you now, thanks to your videos.
Who is that?
Bonita.
Bonita, come over to the money team. Now, if you in St. Louis, We can work something out and I'll teach you in person. But mentorship is one of those things, it has to be in person. Because like I said, everybody has a different learning style. So when I do in person, I appeal to visual learners, kinesthetic learners, auditory learners. I come from a lot of teachers, so I'm able to teach people no matter what their learning style is, so they can actually retain the information that I'm giving out.
And a good segue for everybody that's on the live right now, a good segue to this. We're in a minute, we're getting ready to gather everybody up in a community. It's gonna be an app called Discord. So what Discord is basically a server where the whole community can get together. So just all the Clovers can get together and we could talk about not only trucking, but we can also talk about other things like credit. We can just say what's up to each other. And we can also talk about real estate. We're gonna be doing some real estate, some credit videos over on the channel. So remember, even though this says Shamrock Logistics, trust me, it's not just gonna be about trucking. We are gonna make sure that everybody has an equal opportunity and all the information to get into any field that they will want that's gonna be revolving trucking and real estate and stuff like that. But pretty much we're gonna give y'all the game.
I'm a hustler. In real life, I only talk about trucking, but in real life, I'm a hustler. I'm a hustler, homie. But with all that being said, I'm a hustler. So I do a lot of stuff outside of trucking.
Richard said,
Rich homie Klein, what did you say?
how are you doing today?
I'm doing well, Rich. I can't complain. I'm just doing happy. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy y'all here. Having a great day. How are you?
Even though this was directed at another comment, I just want to read it. Sincerely, Tiffany said, she said, I used to dispatch while working for a distribution center, but then I got fired from the job. It was definitely a challenge.
Yeah, and honestly, I can't push the way I did things on anybody, because I was also in a position where it was eat a star for me, dead serious. So I had a different type of motivation to get things going quickly. But the way I did it, as far as waiting till you got some money saved up and then taking that, but like, it's not even waiting to take the leap, because you're dispatching while you're working. But it's possible, for sure. It's hard, but it's possible.
All right, and Alone said, what are the top two places to find your first owner operator?
Well, you definitely need to be on the FMCSA directory, but scroll down. A lot of people just start with like that first 50 that you see. Scroll down, because that first 50, they probably just got put into the FMCSA system, so it's going to say that they are not active as of yet, because they aren't. So scroll down and then go there. And then the next place I would say look is, quite frankly, truck stops and gas stations. Anybody with a headset, find a reason to talk to them. I have stalked men down in Walmart. If I see that headset anywhere, we gotta have a conversation. I'm gonna follow you. I'm gonna figure out an aisle where I need something, and we're gonna have a conversation about, what's that headset for? I love playing dumb. I'd be like, what is that headset for? Be like, oh, I'm a truck driver. Oh, really? What kind of truck? To make sure that's the truck I want. If that's not the truck I want, I'd be like, oh, it's water.
I'm trying to give you your visual cues. You so much like me. Like after a few times of just trying to get it, I'll be like, all right, look, do I got something on my face or what?
What are you telling me to do?
I was just gonna take a little water on the side. That's all.
But yeah, truck stops, gas stations, stalk people down if you see a headset. That means they drive some form of truck, make sure it's a CDLA truck, and then throw the wham bam, thank you ma'am in there. Be like, oh, I'm actually a dispatcher.
And just to let you, Tiff had brought up a really good question, and I'll just answer it real quick. And it says, Will I be able to watch this as a replay? Yes, you will. We are leaving this up on the channel, and that is why we are taking the time and being very thorough, because like I said, we are dropping high quality content, high quality everything, and also high value. There's a difference between quality and value. This might not be the highest quality, but it's gonna have the highest value. So that's gonna be every video moving forward. So yes, this is definitely going to be on the channel. And if you're new and you're just joining, make sure you hit that like button for us, and we will greatly appreciate it. And then another one is Alone said, oh, my bad. Social media manager, accurate pronunciation, thanks. Okay, cool. Alone, that's his name. I'm just making sure. I hate
you got it right the
messing
first
up.
time.
Yeah, I hate messing up people's names. I really do. So if I mess up anybody's name, I apologize. But real quick, while there aren't any more questions, there's a few things that we just want to go over. So update to the channel. Everything that you see moving forward, like I said, is going to be geared on high value. So if you have anything that you want to know moving forward on any of the videos, make sure that you drop a comment saying, like, if you have a question, just drop a question in any of the new videos. And within, I would say, a day and a half of whenever we post a video, we will be in the comment section. We will be in the comment section replying to pretty much every comment and going through all the questions that we can. Because like I said, we started this and we wanted to make sure that y'all have all the tools that y'all need to be able to take your business to the next level, so y'all can start making $1,000 per week and more. And so that way y'all can get into y'all own real estate, and y'all can get y'all credit together, and y'all can make this money. We stack these bands up, and we're gonna have a big party, get an Ace of Spades bottle, and we're gonna be turned up, and she gonna do her knee dance. Go ahead, do your knee dance. Knee dance. Knee dance. Knee dance. Does anybody have any more questions before we actually get off? Besides TNT, does anybody have any more questions that you guys want to ask us before we actually get off? TNT Trucking said, what type of loads, trucks do you recommend staying away from? What type would you suggest going after?
Stay away from box trucks. Hot shots, I have been corrected. All hot shots aren't absolutely terrible, but I think they have to have at least what did that man say? He said as long as they have I want to say a 48-foot bed, then it's either 40 or 48. I can't remember which one he said, but as a hot shot, if it's not 40 or 48, then don't do that either, because those suck. Cargo vans, no-go. Yeah, that's my top 3 that are no-goes. And then ones that you should just run to and just run and jump on them if you can is flatbeds, step decks, and honestly, dry vans are cool, but you need to find a reefer. Reefer loads get paid more for some reason. Well, it's not for some reason, because they're refrigerated loads.
All right, and then another good one by Kay says, is Indeed good to use to get carriers?
I've heard that it is. I also have only used that to recruit carriers for contract work, though. Yeah.
It costs a lot of money. So one thing I just want to say, I haven't used Indeed to get carriers because I don't know how to get carriers. So that's definitely a question for her. But I will say I have used Indeed to hire people before, and I do want to say that they will charge you by your applications. So if somebody puts in the application, whether you hire them for the job or not, they will charge you, okay? So I can't say exactly what they'll charge you, because I think it does depend. on the industry and yada yada. But I think, and let me ask you a question, right? So let me switch her question around. Instead of Indeed, is Craigslist a good place to try to find that?
Can I be real honest?
Please be real honest, because I'm asking you from a person that doesn't know. So I'm more like them than, you know what I'm saying, anything.
Real honest, I watched the Craigslist Killer,
The Craigslist killer.
the documentary. I've never used Craigslist a day in my life, so I would not be able to answer that question, even if I wanted to, because after they named that man the Craigslist Killer, in my mind, everything about Craigslist is murder. So I've never used it. I don't know. Indeed, yes. I didn't have to. I did it under somebody else's account, so I didn't have to pay for it. So I'm not sure how much it cost. But I've never even visited Craigslist, the website.
Just to let y'all know, another good thing is we will, in the Ultimate Guide to Freight Dispatching, the free course that is on the channel, we will be dropping a video on the best way to market yourself to get carriers, and sites that we use personally, sites that we haven't used, and just a whole bunch of information about that. So just make sure you stay tuned. The next episode is going to be the DAT low board. We're going to do a full breakdown.
Yeah, we need to run me up. I need more sponsorships. DAT, I'm going to stalk them out until they give me some type of deal. I deserve it. I've been shouting at people out for 3 years for free.
Inspire Nation going down. Inspire Nation going down. Okay, another good one is Bonita said, what are the total hours that you work in a day? That's a very good question.
It really just depends. So if it depends on how many trucks I need to book for and how many are already booked for the day. One thing I will say before I start talking about me, I also book loads in advance. Now, when you book loads in advance, you are booking loads in advance for nothing but reliable carriers with reliable equipment. Because you don't want your reputation to be the dispatcher that always has to cancel loads because your person isn't ready and you booked it in advance. So with me, if I have 10 trucks, which is pretty average, 10 trucks that I still have to dispatch for the day, it takes me about 15 to 20 minutes per truck. If I start at about 8 a.m., I'd be done at about 12.
Tiffany says, Craigslist is cool, but it's a lot of shadiness that go on there. And she also said facts. And then the last thing she said is, Indeed is good, but look out for hidden fees. They will get you, and you won't even realize it.
But yeah, Craigslist, I'm gonna give that 2 thumbs down for right now, because it's always something shady about Craigslist.
And then Kay says, question, can we email you?
Yeah. Want me to type it in again?
Yeah, because I don't know how to copy and paste on it.
So all you have to do, just for future references though.
You know, I'm such a Windows user. I'd have been doing
Yeah, I actually missed my HB. I think I said that earlier. So with this, you just Command C, and then when you're ready to paste, just push Command V.
So that's pretty much the end of the questions. Anything that you would like to say to them?
I just want to say thank y'all for being on here and supporting me and really just, helping me come into the person that I'm supposed to be. I feel like through YouTube, y'all have seen me grow just a lot as a person, as a business owner, and just know, we back in the game. Gotta get your head in the game. And that was me. I had to get my head in the game. So now that I'm back in it, magazine drop, I'm back. So we out here for eternity now, and I just appreciate y'all. I love y'all, and I pray everybody is blessed. And make sure y'all watching them videos, liking, subscribing if you haven't subscribed, and start sharing them. All you gotta do is press the little arrow, share it to your Facebook, share it to your Instagram, share. Because the more people we get like out to reach to, the more I can put out as well.
There is one last question I did say that we would get to.
What's up?
She said, I have a question about automation and systems and tools. Which one do you use? If you want, I can email you.
You send me your options for sure, so I can pick through the options that you've already went through. But to be completely honest with you, until you have about 5 trucks, it's no reason to even invest in like anything like TMS that automates the loads and stuff like that for you. You could really just set up everything on your own using Google spreadsheets and Google apps that are free. But once you get that 5 truck mark, then go over to automation because it's pretty expensive.
Nice, all right. And then Miss Tiffany said, yes, I've been here for a minute. And you have soared and grown so beautifully.
Thank you. And I'm just trying to be the best woman that I could be. I had to do a lot of growing up, and I had to do a lot of growing as a business owner as well. And I know so much more now. I'm just so happy now. And like, I've always been really, really happy just in general, but like now it's like I'm happy living in my purpose. So thank you. I hope people see that too.
I just want to say to all the Clovers, thank you for coming to our live stream. This is the first live stream. There will be plenty more. We'll have more live stream specifics where we do specific, she throwing me off, where we do specific actual topics, that we go through. So thank y'all for tuning in. I do appreciate that. Be on the lookout for the post that we are going to make that is going to have the Discord page. The Discord page will be an app that you have to download. It's totally free. You don't have to worry about that. All you have to do is just make you a username. And like I said, it'll be one of the best places for everybody to gather there. And it'll be like a lot of motivational messages that go out. It'll be a whole lot of things, and it'll be a great place for us to gather together, because I'm telling you, we're dropping videos about credit, we're dropping videos about financing, business credit, we're talking about everything on this page, and we're gonna start giving y'all some trucker news too, so that way you know exactly what's going on in the industry and how it's gonna affect your money.
And last thing, last. Yo, cuss, last. Now everybody go to break fast. Okay, anyway. Last thing, Discord is just like Twitter. It's just Twitter, but it's my Twitter. So I would be the Elon Musk of this Twitter. So make sure y'all downloaded that, because that's where I'm gonna put a majority of like all the stuff. Like the stuff that I don't want to put on YouTube, because a lot of people just don't just want to be a replica of the original Pancake House. So I'm gonna start putting stuff on Discord. Yeah. Yep. All right. Love y'all. Peace out. Let me know if y'all need anything in the comments.